Biag ni Lam-ang is an epic poem of the Ilokano people from the Ilocos region of the Philippines. Recited and written in the original Iloko, the poem is believed to be a composite work of various poets who passed it on through the generations, and was first transcribed around 1640 by a blind Ilocano bard named Pedro Bucaneg. Initial plot: Lam-ang is an extraordinary being, manifesting when he begins to speak in his early years, thus enabling him to choose his own name. His adventures begin when his father, Don Juan, set out for a battle but never returned. At barely 9 months, Lam-ang goes to search for Don Juan in the highlands where the latter was said to have gone. Aware that her child was a blessed, exceptional creature, his mother Namungan allows him to go. Lam-ang then goes off in search of his father, leaving his grieving mother behind. When Lam-ang arrives at the place where Don Juan had disappeared, he is enraged to see his father Euro unregistered trademark severed head atop a bamboo pole. A scene he dreamt beforehand. Lam-ang demands to the local people why that had happened to his father, but does not receive an answer. Instead, the chieftain of the village tells him to leave under pain of suffering the same fate as his father. Lam-ang defies the caveat and bravely fights the chieftain and his tribesmen. The hero emerges victorious from the battle with little effort, avenging his murdered father. Literary structure: Prologue, the birth of Lam-ang, quest for father, preparation, obstacle, Bucan, triumph, return to home, lines 315 to 370. Quest for wife, preparation, obstacles, Sumarang and Saradandan, wedding banquet, return to home. Epilogue, the death and restoration of the hero, comedic elements: Biag ni Lam-ang, though dominated by action and tragedy, nonetheless contained some comedic points. An example is the scene in which Lam-ang was on his way home. He passes by a river and decides to have a dip. The dirt and blood that came off from his body causes the death of the river's fish, crabs, and shrimp. As he is bathing, some of the maidens who were present at the river gladly attend to him. Marriage: upon arriving home, Lam-ang decides to court his love interest, Kanoyan, who lives in Colonution. Despite his Muthera Euro unregistered trademark's disapproval, he follows his heart and set off again on another journey to his love. He faces one of Inisa Euro unregistered trademark suitors and various monsters, but again is able to vanquish them with ease. Aiding him are his magical pets, a cat, dog, and a rooster. The bird flaps its wings and a house toppled over. This feat amazes everyone present, especially Ines. Then, Lam-ang Euro unregistered trademark's dog barks and the house rose up. Invited to lunch with the family of Ines, Lam-ang impresses her parents with his wealth and upon returning, he gives the family 2 golden ships. Their nuptials are celebrated with a lot of feasting. Death and subsequent rebirth: after his death due to being eaten by a huge fish, Lam-ang's bones are recovered and he is resurrected with the help of his magical pets. Ines is ordered by the rooster to wrap the bones with her tappy while the hen flapped its wings and the dog growled. In an instant, Lam-ang is happily reunited with his wife. Summary of the story of Lam-ang: centuries ago, there was a great warrior who was widely known in Ilocos as a hero who fought the Igorots. When Lam-ang was born, he had the most unusual ability to speak immediately at birth. He asks where his father, Don Juan, was, and, upon being told that his father was killed by Igorots, Lam-ang vows revenge. A vendetta is born. Lam-ang grows up immediately, and goes up into the mountains to take his vengeance. He spotted the headhunters dancing around his father's decapitated head impaled on the spike. Enraged and alone, he single-handedly and barehanded fights off dozens of Igorot warriors, firstly collecting the spears the headhunters hurled towards him and bundled it, knocking, defeating and killing them all. He cuts off the ears of the warriors, as trophies, and returns to Ilocos. He bathed in Ambarayan River, with the help of several local lasses. The river became toxic due to the bloodstains all over his body, killing all fishes in the area. He then meets and is captivated by a beautiful woman named Ines Kanoyan, and he immediately falls in love. He pledges to her all of his gold, land, and livestock. As the most beautiful woman in the province, Ines has many suitors, but all quietly gave way to Lam-ang, or in some versions, Lam-ang killed them all by using the magic dog to howl on the hut where all Ines' suitors and used his rooster to rise it again, since they knew that they could not compete with him for her affections. All, except for a giant of a man named Sumarang, who would not yield. Lam-ang and Sumarang fight and Lam-ang wins, easily defeating Sumarang, who was knocked back to 7 mountains. After giving dowries of gold, land and the golden ships, Lam-ang and Ines are married in the largest wedding feast that ever been seen in the province, because Lam-ang's relatives from far away arrived riding their clan's golden ships. In order to secure the union a unregistered trademark's blessing, Lam-ang is told that he must dive down to the very depths of the sea and retrieve a pearl from a magical oyster, otherwise the marriage would have bad luck. The visions are, the stairs of their hut will dance, the cooking pots will be broken and so on. Lam-ang dives into the sea and on his way down, is eaten by a fearsome fish called the Burkaken. Heartbroken, Ines goes into mourning, as did most of the town, as Lam-ang was their hero. The next day, Lam-ang a unregistered trademark's rooster, who had magical powers, spoke to Ines, and told her to have Lam-ang a unregistered trademark's bones fished out of the sea. Ines did as she was instructed, bringing Lam-ang a unregistered trademark's retrieved bones before the rooster, who then blew on them. Lam-ang was revived and Ines became overjoyed when she saw her husband rose from the dead. Film adaptation. In 2012, a film adaptation of the story of Lam-ang was made. Called Lam-ang, the film starred actors Rocco Narcino and Rochelle Pangilinan. It was originally intended to be a TV series, but it was later decided to turn it into a film adaptation by Gabriel Lorenzo Quizon instead. See also, Philippine mythology, Philippine literature, Pedro Bucaneg, Philippine epic poetry, references. External links, complete text in Tagalog, complete text in English, bilingual version.